And welcome to episode 4 of Coyote Canyon. So far we've had, this is the 4th episode, so if you haven't seen any of the previous episodes, please go back and watch those. But we're not going to delay. So we're just going to go ahead and start right off with episode 4, part 1 of Coyote Canyon. Let me turn off this music. Washington Sound. You're listening to WASH, that Washington Sound. I'm back in the studio, and Jonathan is out on his vacation now, which means that I'm stuck pushing all the buttons and switching the tracks. It looks like we haven't finished our Ancient Myths radio broadcast, so we'll just keep playing that, to catch people up on what's happened so far, last time on Coyote Canyon. After a night under the stars in the hippie encampment, the Coyote Canyon Bunch awake, stranded in the middle of water. Overnight, the valley between Coyote Canyon and the Turnbello Bay Resort and Casino has turned into a literal bay. The kids managed to get to the town, where only some people seem to be affected by the rising tide. After a brief rest, they head to the museum in search of one of the stones that Mr. Grayskies had mentioned. They find the stone, but not before a series of blunders sends them fleeing from the police and fire department. Clay stops time for a brief moment while the girls head into First Mine to see if they can find another stone. What they find instead is a cave filled with hollows, strange, faceless puppets that try to consume them. Kimberly manages to activate Colt's final power and clears the passageway down into the depths of First Mine. But with the police hot on their tail, they have no choice but to brave the depths and seek the source of the rhythmic thrumming that echoes within. And that's where we left off. Jonathan, if you could... Oh, right. One moment, folks. Come on. There we go. Alright. So, last time, at the moment, you guys are currently... let's go for something a little creepy than that. Yeah, that's better. Currently, off in the distance from the entrance of First Mine, you're hearing a series of footsteps, like, slowly echoing into the mine entrance. You guys have veered off to the leftmost path that has kind of like a set of stairs made entirely out of stone that lead further and further in. The interior of the cave has sections of it that you can still see the light veins of copper that are running through. Of course, a lot of it has like turned green with like oxidation. The air, all the oxidation within the cave, and there's that kind of like filament of green dust. That's
patina is the word.
Thank you. The patina of green dust that is just kind of settled around the entire cave. Your guys' footsteps are pretty visible down the path, is my point. So it won't take them long to reach your position. At the moment, Kimberly, Colt, you are currently wearing Colt, or did you step out of the suit?
I don't think I ever stepped out of the suit, so I think I'm still in him.
Okay, so still being inside of the suit, you guys are just kind of standing in the entryway. It is no longer barred by all of the strange creatures. What do you guys like to do?
We are all together at this point?
Yes,
yeah, because everyone came running in.
Yeah, just making sure.
The police were coming in, and Colt just ate up all the puppet backgrounds.
You're saying like in front of us, everything is clear, nothing's in our way?
Right now, all you're in the hallway that you're in. It's kind of like a slight turn. You guys are all in like the turning point of the hallway. And looking a little bit further down, there was a barricade that has been moved to the side, and the stairs leading down are completely open. It's dark also.
You guys want to try it?
Yeah, can't
Let's
go
do
back.
it.
Yeah.
We should probably try to find a way to erase our footsteps, like if the imprints are there, so the police don't know exactly where to come after us. Right?
We could put the barricade back as we go past it and try to be sneaky about it.
Yeah, and just kind of, I don't know if we have anything to
Muffle the dirt.
So we're at a turn in the cave?
You guys are currently in you went down a hallway, took a small right, and you're at that turn. That you can look to the right, and there's the doorway that leads down the path.
So my question is, when we went down the initial hallway, like, did we hit like a T, and there was a different way we could have gone?
No, it's not a T. It's just a right turn.
Like, just a turn. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. I think we should at least try to put the barricade back up.
Well, and I think Penny's right. I think we need to somehow kind of hide our footprints so that way we're not followed by the police.
You guys go down that way. You hear in the entrance point. As for you to recall, you guys entered, went down a ways, and there was a three-way split. Sounds like the police has made it to the three-way split at this point.
Okay.
You have a few moments left before they make it to the area you're in.
If they're
Alright.
that close, I say we just
Go.
zoom out of here. Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna take. I think I still have Clay's broken backpack. I'm just gonna run it over like the closest footprints to me, and then.
Sure. Go ahead and roll flight for me. As Penny's currently wiping up the dust, or attempting to wipe up the dust on the ground, you guys can still hear that light rhythmic, like, thrumming coming from further down the steps. I don't care for that noise.
Neither do I. So as Penny's trying to do this, should like the rest of our group kind of start moving towards where we're going?
So with
There
a
you
10, with a 10, Penny, you go back as far as you're willing to go. You guys passed a small section that had a chain that said "Do not go beyond this point," unstable, all that other stuff. You get to that point and you kind of close the chain off as quietly as you can, and with the backpack, you just start like wide sweeping. And just going backwards up until the turn. All of you guys kind of like push into the little space further in. As you're backing away and swiping at the ground, you see lights coming from further ahead of people like moving in your direction.
Okay. I'm going to assume that like I've done enough, and I'm gonna. I don't know how close you said I was to this, but I'm gonna make sure I'm out of sight.
Right. With a 10, you successfully.
I see lights.
Yeah, you do see lights like kind of reflecting on the walls and stuff.
Okay.
So all of you are currently huddled as tightly as possible in this kind of bend in the cave. You can wait for them to pass and try to sneak out, or you can go further down.
I think we decided to go further down, didn't we?
Yeah, let's go further down.
Yeah.
Okay. So as
Are we gonna try? Did we try to? I missed this while I was helping Janelle. Did we try to put the barricade back down?
I think we're going to.
you're going to once you enter the space. So like I said before, the staircase is fairly narrow and kind of cramped, and it is pitch black. So someone's gonna be in front with like a light of some kind, and then whoever's last is gonna turn the barricade.
I do have a flashlight, but I don't know if I had it out, but now I'm inside Colt, so I don't know if I can actually like get to it, because technically it's in the suit with me, right?
Technically, yes. Would you like to get the flashlight?
If that's the fastest thing that's gonna work, yes.
Sure. So the back of Colt kind of opens up, and you're able to like get out momentarily and hand the flashlight to yourself, and then get back into the suit. Unless you want to
Okay.
just get out of the suit, you can do that too.
That's fine. It's probably gonna be fastest this way, so
Okay.
that works.
So you hand yourself the flashlight, and you guys start proceeding down the stairs. Who's last to close the barricade?
I'll close the barricade. So
Okay.
I don't have anything. I don't have a bag. I don't have any of my stuff. So
Right. Go ahead and roll brawn for me to close that barricade. This is more to like lift it off the ground a little bit, so it's not scraping against the ground.
Oh, no.
With a 2, would you like to use any You don't have any.
I don't have
adversity
any.
tokens. I'm gonna say it's gonna be pretty difficult to assist here because it's a fairly cramped space.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go ahead and give you an adversity token. You're a brawny guy. You manage to like slightly lift it, and then as you start pulling it towards yourself, the furthest edge away from the wall starts scraping against the ground. You guys hear a as the barricade is closed behind.
We should run, guys.
Yeah, we should go.
So you guys starting to head down with haste.
Mm-hmm.
But quietly as possible.
Full flight for me.
Nice.
Oh no.
Okay, as a group, you guys did well. As you start heading down the stairs, Kimberly, you've already gone down these stairs as you're leading the pack with the flashlight. You are kind of like loudly stomping on the way down. And I'm gonna say whoever's directly behind you kind of like grabs your shoulder to like go quickly, but like slow you down a little bit, so you're not just like gathering more attention.
Mm-hmm.
But you make it down to the last landing, and now it's just a straight tunnel that you guys had run past before. As you continue to walk down this tunnel, the thrumming increases once more. You wind a few ways until you make it to that large open space. Kimberly, are you flashing the light down there, or are you like kind of trying to keep it concealed? What are you doing?
I'm gonna kind of keep it concealed, like enough that I can see, but I don't want to like, I don't know, grab the attention of anything unwanted.
Okay. So, just go ahead and roll grit for me to see how much light you need in front of you to like be comfortable. Okay. You have a fair amount of light that's still shining through, but you do manage to cup a good amount of the light, so it's not just ambient light shooting forward. Mm-hmm. You kind of aim the beam as far as you're willing to down below. So this area that you've entered into is kind of a large cavernous area. You see several different tunnels leading off in different sections, and you're fairly high up. There is a metal staircase that kind of leads off to the left, and there is some digging equipment down here. Looks really old and rusted, but it's been here for a very long time. Shining the light in different places, you don't see any movement like you did before, but one of the tunnels is still lit up with a kind of faint red color.
Okay.
It's the one directly in front of you guys.
Do you guys want to go towards the creepy red light, or do you want the metal staircase? Where do you guys want to go?
Creepy red light sounds
I'm feeling
promising.
red, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay.
What kind of old tools are down here?
It's heavy equipment. So
Yeah.
like
Like remnants of like the mining operations?
Yeah. A couple of jackhammers, a few pavers. It's all very big, bulky equipment, and there's a couple of like not bulldozers. You know what I'm talking about, like the
Like
the big
excavators.
diggers. Yeah, giant excavators and stuff like that.
Any like pickaxes or anything like that. It's just all big equipment.
Go ahead and roll brains just to look around with the limited light you have to see if you find any that of smaller equipment that you can see.
Nope.
Do you want to use your adversity token on that, or you don't have any?
Yeah.
Sorry.
You're gonna give me one, but I don't have.
Yeah, you don't really see any small equipment to like that you can pick up. Again, you guys are fairly high up. You're kind of like at a landing, and you need to take the stairs to go further down to like the excavation part below, and then you can proceed into the different tunnels.
And we can still hear the thrumming.
Yeah, here it's about as loud as you heard it before. It's just a low.
Does it sound like it's coming any more obviously from one place or another? The metal stairs or the spooky red tunnel?
It's louder, but it's not necessarily. It's fairly like.
It's not like
all around you.
directional. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
At this point, I'm gonna say that I'm not feeling very comfortable here. And like I'm starting to kind of cower a little bit.
Roll grit. Would you like to use any adversity tokens?
I'll use one. The one.
Okay. With a 3, you fall into the back of the group. So you're standing pretty close to Clay at this point. And even falling a little bit further behind. And you're not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing in this darkness. But you guys are kind of standing on this little platform with the stairs off to your left. They are fairly rusted.
Can we hear any other commotion behind us? Like, are the police officers or whoever's after us like any closer?
No, you don't hear anything else directly behind you at the moment.
I want to start going down the rickety stairs to the spooky red tunnel.
I do
Okay.
too.
Roll grit for me, Frankie. Two. Would you like to use an adversity token?
Sure. Yes, I would love.
With a 3, you kind of test the scaffolding, having seen Orion take a spill before. It doesn't make any obvious squeaking noises. It feels fairly solid. A few sections of it, like the handrails and a few of the joints, the moment you step onto it, like a little bit of rust falls off of it. Just kind of gives it like this spectral like ambience to the light. But it seems rigid and solid, and you begin to proceed down the stairs. Seems sturdy.
Hey guys, the stairs work great. Come on
Are you
down.
sure?
I'll follow Frankie.
I'm pretty sure.
You guys, are you guys waiting to go one by one, or are you all going downstairs simultaneously?
One by one might be better.
Yeah.
Okay. Frankie, you've made it to the bottom of this cave area. Looking up at where you went, there's a sign directly over where you were that just says First Mine and an arrow that points down. A few of these other sections also have like verbiage or like signs directly above them telling you different sections.
Okay.
So would you like to look around, or are you waiting for everyone else to come down?
I mean, I'll look around while everybody else single files it, I suppose, if I could.
Roll brains, and Kimberly, you are about halfway down the stairs at this point.
Brains.
Oof.
I'm going to go ahead and say that it's fairly dark down here, and you don't see anything without the light, because Kimberly's the one that has
Can I have a flashlight on my person. Can I actually take one out and join the party of people having flashlights out?
Oh, yeah, definitely. So now not being able to see any of the signs, you pull out your flashlight and start kind of surveying as Orion has now made it to the base here with you. I'm going to say a few moments pass, and Penny has now just made it to the bottom. So all of you are now at the bottom of this place. I'm going to say that the stairs kind of wind down about like, there's like 3 landings to them. So it's a fairly steep drop. I'm going to say it's about 45 feet up to where you were.
Ooh.
That's deep.
But you guys are all standing down here. You can see clearly the excavators and all that other stuff. And then there's 3 tunnels that are obviously ways to go. The one that's glowing bright red does have a sign over it, along with the other 2.
It does have a sign. What does it say?
As you shine the light up to the bright red one, the sign directly overhead says, looking at my notes. Oh, section closed, perilous, in parentheses.
That's a good sign.
What about the other 2?
The one on the left says, copper, oh gosh. Copper Site 1, and the one on the right says monorail.
Monorail.
I think we should go toward the spooky red light first, guys.
I think we should at least check.
But I feel like the monorail might be a way to get out of here.
Mhm.
It might not be running, but we might be able to like walk back along the track?
Beam?
Maybe we should see what it is,
Like,
and then
yeah.
decide if we want to go die in the perilous mine.
Well, that's kind of what I was thinking. I think it would be smart if we kind of just peeked in first and see what they mean by perilous.
Do we only have 2 flashlights? Or I guess I could ask the group. Y'all are you, Frankie, you and Kimberly, are you two the only one with flashlights, or do we have any more between us? I lost mine.
I don't got one.
It's just us.
If you want well lit, we should go into that red glowing tunnel, and then it doesn't matter how many flashlights we have. We could start there, Clay.
You guys hear all of a sudden
Fair enough.
from the red section. Kind of like a splashing sound.
Okay.
Well,
I'm
we
gonna
can't just stand around
I'm gonna
lollygagging.
I'm gonna peek into like the red lit one and like carefully make my way over there just to see what's going on.
I'm actually gonna just start walking in.
I'm gonna
So-
follow Clay, actually.
Yeah.
So you guys have a visual. The entrance of the red tunnel. The entrance itself is about 15 feet high. And it kind of like tapers off to like normal rock formations. It looks like it's been like dug into. It kind of starts slowly going down and then takes a harsh left turn.
Okay.
So are you just kind of slowly sneaking into that section?
Is it like it's like fully open? Like it's wide enough for us to just walk in, or do we have to like turn or anything like that?
It's fully open and it's about 10 feet across.
Okay.
Oh, rad.
Nice.
Yeah,
Okay.
and there's a set like a set of tracks that lead down in that direction, maybe from like a cart or something. And there's also lanterns on the walls that are hanging, and they're all off. The light is issuing from like the turn.
Okay.
Okay.
Do any of you
Yes.
guys have like a source of fire, like a lighter or
Do I have
matches,
Hold on.
Hey, wait a minute.
gun?
What is it? The broken shard. Does that glow?
The broken shard, it doesn't glow so much as it has that weird silvery, like when light refracts on it, there's a strange silvery light to it.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
No,
Yeah, it
no
does-
fire.
I'm walking in. I'm
Yeah,
just
it's-
walking.
Yeah, yeah.
The shard is more the absence of light, like it's not glowing. So
Let's continue on the perilous path.
Yeah.
So-
just y'all look at the track below us in case we get split up or some demon thing decides to spike us and we need to head back this way.
Okay.
So Clay, you proceed forward. You kind of go down maybe 20 feet, and then you make it to the turn. Do you just go straight in, or do you peer around the corner? What do you do?
I'll take a look first.
Okay. You kind of look off into that direction, and the tunnel goes down maybe 40, 50 feet, and there is obvious signs of some kind of landslide. There's rocks and stuff that are piled in that look like have been pushed aside by something, and bright red light is just spilling from that space. And the thrumming sound is much louder. Boom, 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 boom.
Well, I've been absorbed by a weird source of energy already during our time in this mess, so I'm just gonna press on forward.
Okay. You guys watch as Clay gets down there, looks off to the side. His face is slightly veiled in the red light, and he continues on.
Okay. I guess I'll follow.
Yeah, I'm going to.
Yep.
All of you follow behind. You see the same thing that Clay saw. The light just like spilling out of this kind of like, it's kind of like a cut in the path of all these heavy rocks that have been pushed off to the sides of the tunnel. Clay, you make it to like the cut in the space. Roll brains for me. 5. With a 5, looking at the cut, it looks perfect, immaculate. It doesn't look like it's taken people like a swing with a pickaxe to like break through this space. It looks like whatever was here is now just gone. And there's a perfect path that it almost looks like it's been paved over by something into the next section.
The cut itself, like, is it like it's perfectly like flat?
Yeah, it's the difference between like someone cutting bread with a bread knife or a laser.
So it's like toasted. Can they touch it? Just
it's perfectly smooth, like touching marble.
Okay. I mean, I keep going forward, I guess.
Yeah, it doesn't take you too much. It's a few more steps past this point that you're in another large room. A lot of stuff's going on here. There, at the very center, there is a rock formation. Stalactite and stalagmite that kind of meet in the middle. In the center of it, there is a pulsing stone with that same dark energy that is kind of just pouring out like a small fountain. So there's a puddle of the dark matter all around the stone. Something behind the pillar is glowing an ominous red light, and you can't quite see it because it's obscured by the central pillar. In between you and the pillar, there's a small child currently playing inside of the goo.
Well, that's about what I expected heading in. How far behind me is everybody else?
Not too far behind. It takes a few moments before they catch up to where you're at.
Well, can I say something before they catch up?
Sure.
Okay. Y'all, maybe hold back for a second.
Why?
I'm coming back. Hold on. So I don't know. Did everybody like stop? I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, you told me to stop, so yeah.
All right. So I go back into the cave to sort of reunite with everybody before we sort of go out into the big room. All right, y'all. There's another big something or other in there, and another big pool of that weird black stuff that Colt can't eat, but also sort of can. But there's also a kid.
A kid?
Yeah, like a small child. He was playing, right?
Yeah, he was like kind of splishing and splashing inside of the goo.
Yeah. He's like swimming in the goo.
Not swimming. It's like maybe an inch of goo.
Okay. He's splashing in the goo.
So this is the goo. Colt can't absorb this stuff as one of his powers.
Right.
This is different goo.
Yeah, this is the silver goo. The black matter is the stuff that he can normally absorb.
Gotcha.
And at this point you've found out that if the stone is directly attached to him, it's giving him the black matter. If it's spilling out without like him, then it is normally just releasing the silver, already expended black matter, the silver stuff.
I kind of want to go and talk to the kid.
Okay. I mean, it's whatever you guys want to do.
Maybe
Orion, you talk to that kid, and the kid is distracted because he's obviously a demon. We
don't know if he's a demon.
He's playing in the goo, Orion.
Demons in the last 4
Could be a regular kid in a weird time displacement or whatever.
That kid's a demon. But we can bring Colt to the other stone, and we can swipe that stone while you distract the demon.
Well, there is something behind the stone.
We'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
All right.
Wait. What exactly is behind that stone?
I can't tell.
Oh.
It's behind the stone.
Oh.
So
I didn't want to go any further without consulting with y'all, and distracting whatever's there.
Got it. Okay.
So
I'm okay with this plan, I guess.
Sure.
Why not?
Orion, are you gonna approach the small child?
Yeah. I guess I'll just walk in, watching, and kind of walk to the right of him.
So
And then just kind of kneel down.
So he is like immersed in the middle of the pool. His back is to you. He's wearing like overalls and like a green shirt. He looks like maybe 2 years old.
Okay.
He has short-cut hair. Roll brains for me. With a 7, you recognize this child. It's little Jamie Nugent. He's one of the little boys from one of the families of the hippies. He's down here by himself.
He's a boy that currently lives with us.
Yes.
Oh boy. Okay, so I'm gonna feel a little more urgent. Like, I'm gonna be kind of right up on the edge of the goo now. Just be like, Jamie, what are you doing?
The little boy turns in your direction. He's like covered in the stuff. Like he's been rolling around in the goo like it's mud. His eyes are glowing that faint blue that the rest of the tribe kind of had. And he looks at you, Oreo. He stands up and starts waddling your direction.
Hey, Jamie, come on over.
He like hugs your leg.
Oh gosh.
I pat him.
There's
Can
silver matter on your hand now.
Can I try and pull him out of the goo and
Sure.
hold him?
Yeah, you kind of pick him up out of the goo. He knows you, so
Okay.
you kind of pick him up. It seems to be Jamie.
What you doing here, buddy?
Mama, Daddy, they're here.
Here?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Hang tight. Just hang tight for a second.
I was playing Oreo.
I could see that. Why don't we play outside of the gooey stuff?
Okay.
So-
he's kind of like you kind of picked him up at this point. He's kind of clinging to you. I need you to roll grit for me.
Okay.
So, just so you guys have a frame of reference, this cavern is fairly large. From the entry point that you're in to the central pillar, it's about 35 feet, and it's a circle. The pillar is about 5 to 10 feet in diameter, so it's fairly thick. Ryan, you kind of curved off to the side to get to Jamie. So what you see is a giant, heavy piece of equipment. There are several red lights that would normally be connected to it. You can't really make out what it is, but all of the red lights are kind of like together in a central point, and you see the entire machine start to lift off of the ground as the giant excavator arms are starting to push it to kind of a standing position as the red light is now pointed in your direction.
Real quick, refresher.
Uh-huh.
What are all of Colt's powers again?
Colt's
have
powers.
absorbing black goo and turning it into explosions or something.
So you have flight, you have Green Lantern, you have discs, you have time, and you have consumption.
And at this point, whoever's wearing it, can they do any power now?
Yes, at this point, you guys have unlocked all the gambit of powers, so you can use the powers. It's usually 1 token per power, though. But you can mix and match.
Okay, so normally I try to do something else, but now that I got Jamie in my arms, I'm gonna back up and retreat.
Sure. As you're starting to back up and retreat, the entire thing is now like takes 1 step, and you see that it's a front section that kind of has arms, and the lights have like all the cabs from these different pieces of equipment have joined together to make that one singular red light at the front. The back end of it are those giant treads that allow it to go on multiple terrains. As the entire thing turns in your direction, you hear the engines all rev simultaneously, almost sounding like a roar in your direction as the top sections of it, I don't remember what those things, the exhausts, all kind of go off simultaneously, and a plume of dark smoke starts to fill his general area. So it slightly becomes obscured. And with it, the light.
I don't remember when you initially described the room. Is there another way out?
Not from what you could see in the circular space.
Okay, did you also say that there's another stone, like one of the stones that we need in here?
In the central pillar, there's a stone that's kind of spilling out the goo into a puddle.
Okay, and we need that.
It's in the middle of all the goo. How close is this monster machine to that pillar?
To the pillar, it's 30 feet.
Real quick, what did the silver goo do to us last time we came into contact with it? Was that that wasn't the material that got on the clothes after the wash, right?
The material that got on the clothes after the wash is the silver stuff.
Okay, and that was the stuff that made us go all gammy when we got it on us, right?
Right.
Okay.
And so Colt can't touch this, but
you can fly.
Ryan,
you fly.
You are currently coded on it since Jamie is kind of like on you.
I'm not paying attention to that now.
Kimberly is in the suit, right?
I am.
Back up here, guys.
Fly and turn into chainsaws, run interference.
To the thing, the monstrous, awful thing that's about to like attack.
Yeah, and then I want to start dashing for the thing in the middle.
Okay, I was gonna say, who's getting this down? Sure, we'll go for it, I guess.
So Frankie turns to you, says that, and immediately starts running into the space. Frankie, you take a step into the silver goo. I need you to roll grit. Kimberly, how many tokens are you going to use?
I only have one, so that's all I can use.
No. For the suit.
Oh yeah.
For Colt, there's 4. Ooh, Frankie.
Would you like to
one.
use?
I'll make it a 2.
Okay.
I'm gonna say 2.
2? Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, can I add more than 1 for a roll?
Yeah, you can. You can add as many as you need to.
Completely forgot. I'll use all of them.
Oh, okay. 4?
Yeah.
Got it. So I'll explain what Kimberly does first. Let me switch the music real quick to something more jumpy. Frankie, you dash out into the middle of the goo. Your first step, your foot is completely inundated with this silver mass. You feel something trying to invade your mind, and you literally will it to not invade your mind. As you continue to push through, the closer you get to the center, the deeper it becomes.
Okay, I'm like heading slower and slower, I'm assuming.
Yeah, you're kind of dredging through it until you get to about knee deep in the goo.
Mm-hmm.
And the entire time you're fighting off whatever this invasive stuff is. Being knee deep from where the stone is, you are a little bit too short to reach it. So if you want to try and jump, you can roll brawn, or if you want to think of some other way to do it, you can.
I don't really have anything on me other than my flashlight wouldn't add enough length for me to be able to knock it off of its pedestal, right?
It's not a pedestal. It's like kind of inlaid into the
Gotcha.
stone.
Yeah, you said it was like 5 feet in diameter, right?
The stone itself is about this big. It's not. That's not about. Sorry.
The thing that it's inlaid into.
Yeah. The pillar's pretty thick.
I'll try to jump it, I guess. What would that be as a roll?
Let's just do brawn to try and escape the viscosity of the silver liquid. While that's going on.
Whoa!
Oh.
Nice.
Okay.
Brawn's my d20, so I'll roll that any day.
I'll get back to that in a second. Kimberly, you ask Colt to use some more of his power, and anyone that's standing near Kimberly can see that the feathers on Colt begin to kind of whiten, and kind of like it did when you guys cleared out all of his power from the suit. As it drains the energy, the suit becomes a little bit more tattered, a little bit more bleached, but it still has enough that he can keep going. All right. Which powers would you like me to use?
Well, probably. Disc is the chainsaw things, right?
Yeah.
Probably those. So that way, if the thing keeps coming, I can like chop it or something.
All right. Both points of power into the discs.
Well, will flight get us there faster?
Possibly.
Okay, let's do flight and then discs.
All right. The feathers stand on end, and like this strange energy begins to sing from the suit as you kind of lift off. You find that you have full control of your mobility. How are you doing this? What are you doing?
So I'm going towards the machine.
Okay.
I'm assuming it's still advancing on Orion, right?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so I'm gonna fly towards it and see if I can stop it.
Okay.
I'm gonna just slice whatever it looks like is gonna make it stop.
So Orion, you start backing up with little Jamie, who has now kind of put his face on the crook of your neck, seeing the giant robot thing. You kind of back up against the wall as the thing begins to advance. You hear the roar of like the treads like scratching onto the ground and like partially getting onto the goo as it starts advancing your direction really, really quickly. Both of its arms begin to flail, and like one of it smashes against the wall that you're like next to, and begins to scrape down in your direction. Just as it does, you see Colt fly into the space. And ready one of the discs like around the arm. As it spins and begins to rotate, Kimberly releases it at the arm that's advancing towards you. Kimberly, I need you to roll a fight for me.
Okay.
Oof.
Oh no.
Would you like to use an adversity token?
I only have I'm gonna take anything I can get right now.
Okay. So
can we give our tokens?
how are you assisting?
No. I guess the most I could do right there is while she's trying to stop the arm, I could give it a kick too. I'm like right there.
Can I,
It's
Sorry.
a large piece of construction equipment.
Yeah. I don't know then.
how close are Orion and Jamie to like me and Penny?
I'd say they're about 20 feet away from you, just like from the side of the wall. Like,
Could I like, avoiding the puddle of goo, can I like run towards them to maybe start pushing them out of the way or pulling them in one way?
yeah, sure. You won't make it for this round of assistance and stuff, but you will begin to move in that direction.
Yeah.
So this is what happens. Kimberly, you throw one of the discs at the arm that's advancing on Orion. Orion, you just you kind of freeze in that moment as it's coming towards you. The disc hits the arm off trajectory and it swings not towards you but towards Kimberly. Kimberly, it strikes you and you fall backwards onto the ground. I need you to roll grit. Okay. You manage to stand back up. Something hurts a lot. You think it's your rib, but you manage to stand back up. As the arm has a massive gash on it, but it's still attached to the mechanism. It turns now you've gained its focus, so now it's focused on you, and the treads turn and start advancing on you, who's currently on the ground.
Okay.
Frankie, you, with your flashlight, you take the butt end, you leap out of the goo and strike the stone. The stone slips out of the wall. It stops emitting the dark energy onto the ground, and it's coming down towards you. Do you catch it in your hand?
Yeah. Sure.
The stone lands on your hand, and you catch it with a 16. Easy enough.
It's a 17, actually.
With a 17,
Yeah.
easy
We're
enough.
rebellious, so we have fight and brawn.
So you have the stone in your hand. The dark energy, the silver around you starts to move in your direction. Like it's slowly starting to pile up around you.
Ooh.
It's think of it like the metal shavings around a magnet.
Okay.
But the stone isn't like sucking the stuff back in, it's just gathering around Frankie.
At the moment, it's only been a couple seconds.
Let's I'm gonna let this go for a minute. Let's see
Can
let's
I
see
do
what
something
happens.
since I haven't done anything yet?
What would you like to do?
I'm already somewhat in a state of panic. I'm just gonna run over to Frankie and be like, oh my gosh, what do I do? What do we do?
So you're gonna run into the
Can
silver
she,
goo?
or am I like cocooned in goo currently?
It's currently up to your hips.
Like-
You're not covered entirely.
Okay.
Like, I stop right at the border of the goo and I'm yelling at Frankie.
All right,
Am I
so
still, while holding this thing, am I still having to like grit this thing out of my brain that's trying to like tap its way into there?
Yeah, I accounted for it with your brawn roll.
Gotcha.
So you're still holding off whatever is going on. But I will make you roll on the next turn, so keep that in mind.
That's fine.
As this is starting to pile up, Penny runs up like she's still like 25 feet away, and asks if she can do anything to help.
Honestly, Penny, the thing that you could do most to help is just leave the room.
You're right.
I don't think that giant excavator monster could follow us out of here. I might be wrong though.
The excavator starts to honk as it feels the energy leave the central pillar. The red eye moves away from
Fly
Kimberly.
over and pick me up.
Oh no.
How close
away
am I?
You are at Orion at this point.
Okay. Can I I'll just grab him, and yank him with the kid.
The kid is screaming into your ear, Orion.
It's fine. It's a scary situation.
Jamie's the kid's name, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, y'all. We've got to get you out of here. Come on, Orion. So I yank Orion. Jamie, shut up!
He looks up at you and keeps screaming.
I'll start running out.
All right, as you guys are moving away from the excavator that's now focused on originally Kimberly, now its eye is turning towards Frankie. Kimberly, what are you doing?
Okay, can I switch one of the powers? Or does
You would
that
have to
take
use
another...
you would have to use another token.
Okay. Sheesh.
As I'm getting swallowed up,
Where
I'll be
is
like,
everyone
"Use the
else?"
Token. Please.
Okay, so 3 of them are running out. Penny and Frankie are just standing there right now, right?
No, Frankie told me to go. So
Oh, so you left.
you're
All right.
So 4
well,
of us
I
are
guess-
heading out with Jamie.
I guess I'll fly over, pick up Frankie, and head for the exit.
Okay, so you fly as quickly as you can towards Frankie. The silver goo is now up to Frankie's neck, and it's all moving towards the stone.
Frankie, put your other hand up. Okay, I grab
Frankie,
his
I
hand.
need you to roll grit, and Kimberly, I need you to roll brawn.
That roll? No.
I don't think mine didn't either.
Hang on, I'm gonna give it a second so I don't spam 6
there we
rolls.
go.
Oh, it was a 1.
Okay.
It just had to. It took a while.
Okay, 1 sec.
Yeah, roll 20 sometimes takes a little bit.
Okay.
So that is a grit roll of 1 for Frankie and a brawn roll of 4 for Kimberly. So this is what happens. Frankie extends his hand up into the air. Kimberly, you grab it and you start to pull. The goo starts to lift like kind of a clayish mass around Frankie's legs. It's slowing you down significantly. And the thing is about to swing in both of your guys' direction. Frankie does not have the luxury of being covered by Colt. So
Just let me die. Drop me.
Frankie, you've lost your battle against whatever this thing that's trying to peer into your mind is, and you've gone into a trance.
Oh, I don't shout that then.
No.
How aware are the rest of us of what is going on with that?
You guys are all looking in horror through the entryway. As, as Kimberly like grabs the arm and starts to pull away, and kind of like a fly trap. You see Frankie like still stuck to the goo and go limp.
Can I shout something to Kimberly?
Yeah.
Kimberly, just take the stone. It wants the stone.
I don't think I can get it, can I?
The stone is currently encased in the silver goo.
Oh, I didn't.
Okay,
I thought
so-
it was still going up the arm.
So I'm like a cocoon.
No, you're up to your
No.
neck with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
it's all
he's also not responding.
it's all pouring into the stone. So
And the
it's all
stone,
kind
but the stone is still on my person,
yes, you're still holding onto it with your hand.
and the goo is encased around me, and she has me a little bit off the ground. Question mark.
Yeah, you're about 5 feet off the ground at this point.
Okay.
But the
And the-
little boy. Sorry, go ahead.
No.
The little
I'm
boy-
just trying to
Little boy
picture.
could touch this stuff, and
Yep.
he was fine.
Oh, it's because he's got the magic blue eyes. Oh, we should have sent the little boy to
Where
get it.
did it go?
The what? Wait.
Jamie to go help Frankie. He can touch us stuff. He was rolling around in it. I don't care if he's screaming. You can like puppet him or something to get this.
Well, that's happening. Kimberly, what are you doing?
At this point, I'm gonna turn back towards the machine and start using the discs again and just attack it straight on.
Okay, any particular part you want to attack, or are you just attacking random bits of it?
Is there any place that looks the most like vulnerable, like a weak point?
Roll brains. If anyone else wants to roll brains and then maybe shout out a thing,
Are
you
you
can
kidding
too.
me?
I was
Oh, well.
thinking of
Oh
something.
yeah.
Penny. The most exposed sections of it. Yeah, here, Kimberly. I'm gonna go ahead and just.
And actually, that last token you added to Kimberly belongs to Frankie, because Frankie
Okay.
wrote the one.
Thank you. Kimberly, you're panicked. You don't see it. The thing is about to strike at you. Penny, Clay, and Orion simultaneously yell, "The treads! Hit the treads!"
All right, that's what I do then.
All right, go ahead and roll a fight for me to see if you can hit the treads.
Something good. Come on.
It's a 2. Would you like to use an adversity token?
Yes.
How many would you like to use? You have 2.
Yeah, I feel like I need to use both of them.
With a 4, you strike its like left tread. The metal chain that's around it is now like viscously covered in the silver goo that's also trying to attract itself towards Frankie. As it strikes into it, the metal chain bursts and the entire thing kind of starts unraveling inside of itself. The goo gets kind of trapped within the joints. As it swipes in your direction, the entire thing lurches to the right. It goes wide and strikes the pillar instead. Striking the pillar instead, you feel the entire cave go as cracks start to form above you. The pillar kind of comes down, and on the far side there is more cavern that you can traverse through. That you could
Okay.
potentially go through.
But I gotta get Frankie out.
Yeah, at this point, Frankie is dead weight.
Okay, so the machine's going out of control. The Green Lantern move, that can pick anything up, right?
Green Lantern lets you turn black matter into any kind of object or shape and manipulate it to do other stuff, like Green Lantern's power.
Okay.
You kind of paint something with the matter and it turns into that thing and acts that way.
Shoot. Okay.
Is
Can I try something?
What would you like to do, Orion?
What I want to try to do is, I'm just gonna hand off Jamie to Penny, and then I'm gonna start running out there. I'm gonna try to throw her the shard.
Okay, so Jamie is covered in the silver goo. You're gonna hand him off to Penny?
Yeah.
Okay, so Penny, do you take Jamie? He's
Yep.
currently screaming.
I'll deal with it.
Okay. You take Jamie. I need you to roll grit for me.
Yeah.
Okay. With a 3, you feel something trying to burrow into your mind, like it's a presence. You're not sure what it is, but it's trying to like leach into your mind. You're managing to hold it off, and the little boy doesn't seem to notice that it's doing anything to you.
While he's running away, can I take Jamie? Is all of the silver goo around Ryan, around Frankie? I mean, pretty much around him now. Like, there's a path to get to him.
It's kind of like pulling up like a carpet. So it's kind of still a good like field around him.
Has
So
it
there's
receded though from where it was?
Sounds good.
yes, it has. It's slowly being absorbed.
I'm gonna just very calmly tell Jamie it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. We're gonna help. We're gonna help a friend. And I'm running over towards Frankie.
Roll charm to see if you can calm Jamie. Orion, what were you doing?
Well, I was just gonna start running at the black goo too. I'm gonna try to throw Kimberly the shard, and she, yeah,
The broken shard?
yes.
Wait. Didn't the broken shard do bad things to Colt?
It was bad, but also super powered him.
I think well,
Like it hurt him and super powered him at the same time, right?
no, it
Yeah,
hurt.
yes.
Yes, but remember, it hurt the person inside because
Yeah.
it's fractured.
I
Yep.
don't know what else to do right now.
So the
So,
shard flies
okay.
into the air. Kimberly, do you take the broken shard?
Can I get my hand out of the suit and catch it so that way Colt isn't touching it?
So you want to grab the shard with your bare hand?
No. Shoot. Okay, well, I guess I'll try to catch the stupid thing.
Okay.
Um,
I'm gonna say it's a fairly simple thing because it's like cooperative assist.
Okay.
So it was basically a pass-fail. You either catch it or you don't by your
Okay.
own choice.
yeah. I'll catch
So
it.
like quickly, Colt's hand like snatches back and grabs the stone. Immediately, you feel a surge of energy pulse through Colt, almost like he can do anything. I need you to roll grit.
Oh my word.
Not great.
No.
Can I words of encouragement token transfer?
These rolls have been so
what
bad.
do you say?
You got this, Kimberly. Fight it. And I'll give her both my tokens if I can.
I'll roll charm.
Okay.
You better do 1 token into flight and 5 into chainsaw arms.
Okay. So, you managed to give Kimberly both your tokens. As Kimberly, you feel a presence trying to intrude into your mind, and it almost felt like it did, but then you hear these kind words from Orion that strengthen your resolve, and you manage to hold off this presence. Though your vision is starting to go red, you're not entirely sure why, and it's starting to get kind of fuzzy on the edges. Let's see, Frankie. You wake up and you are in total darkness. You look up and the sky is there, and it looks like nighttime, but it is entirely like a dark forest green with small emerald stars in all directions. And the grass beneath you is dark, like almost like ash. As you touch it, it kind of crumbles into nothing. You don't know where you are.
Okay. Is it like nothingness in all directions?
All directions is not nothingness. You do see like the outline of mountain ranges.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a forest in another direction. It's just weird. So there's stuff here.
Yeah. I am going to lay down, just like flat, looking up at the sky.
Okay.
And I am just going to scream.
Sure.
Until like scene cuts, I suppose.
As you lay down on the ground, you're looking at the full expanse of the night sky, and there's a full moon that's currently hanging in that strange green night sky.
Does
and
it
it has
seem
a face?
Like a face?
Yep. Like a human face.
Like Teletubby baby?
I'm thinking more Majora's Mask.
Can I scream like, "Hey, moon"?
It's like a few million miles away.
Oh, I
Probably can't hear you.
you
but-
never know.
You scream it. You do also see behind you somewhere there is a series of lights. It's just you just see the outline of the lights, kind of like you know when it's dark out and you have those like opening night lights that are kind of shining into the sky.
Like searchlights?
Yeah, kind of like searchlights.
Okay, I'll stop screaming, and I will start walking toward the spooky lights.
You stand up and you turn towards where the lights are. It wasn't there before, but now you see a large ocean, and in the distance is an island, and at the top of that island is a hotel with a series of lights, kind of like opening night.
But there is a ocean in the way now.
Yes.
Okay. If I turn around the other direction, did anything else appear over there?
You turn around in the opposite direction, you see a mountainside. An old Wild West town. It looks like an attraction from like a ghost town thing. Looks fairly abandoned.
But that doesn't have an ocean in the way.
It doesn't.
Okay, then I'll head to the spooky town.
Okay. Back with everyone else. Let's see. You caught the stone. You're fending off the strange energy from your mind. Penny, you're advancing with the small child towards the horrifying robot and the lake of death goo.
Well, yeah. to Frankie. I rolled a 6 in charm to try to calm down the kid and tell him we were gonna just help a friend.
Okay, he's screaming less loudly now.
Okay. Have I made it to the...
You're at the edge as more of it's being consumed by the stone.
Alright. Can I position myself and Jamie to where the hand that Frankie caught the stone in is supposed to be?
The circle is shrinking around Frankie, but there's still about 10 feet from you and Frankie.
Okay, I see. So I guess I'll just take the opportunity as we're getting closer and closer to tell Jamie that we're gonna play in the goo. We're gonna dig.
Okay. You're saying that as the excavator, since the treads are broken on one side, is beginning to circle around back into your guys' position, so it can take another swing at you guys.
Okay.
Because it is slightly disabled, but it's able to like make its way around. You bought some time. Kimberly, what are you doing? You're just kind of hovering in the air right now.
Well, that's the thing. Am I able to do anything, or like?
Yeah,
is
you
my
still
brain...
have.
Okay.
You still
Well,
have stuff that powers activated.
Okay.
Has
so since...
Colt been supercharged?
As far as you can tell, like there's now goo spilling out of his out of the hand that caught it.
Okay, so is Orion in the place where I can throw the stone so I can get out of this, like, whatever's happening, so I can focus on fighting?
Oh, like take Frankie's stone and
Well,
pass
no,
it,
no,
or-
because that's what Nellie's doing. The stone that you threw me, the shard, I'm wanting to know if I can give it to you, and then turn and fight again.
Okay, and you are still holding on to Frankie. Frankie's
Oh,
currently
I'm
5 feet
still-
off the ground. Yeah, you're trying to move Frankie away from this situation.
Okay, while he's encased.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought we were still kind of on the ground.
Nope.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna put Frankie down.
Okay, you let go of Frankie.
No. I
Pull
glide
him
him
out?
down. I'm not gonna just let him go.
Okay, so you glide him down towards the group. And Frankie kind of doesn't really touch the ground and just instead slops down slowly towards the ground. Frankie's head is still mildly exposed as more of the goo is seeping back into the stone. You are now free of it. You're still holding the shard in your hand and turning to face the excavator that's now treading its direction towards you.
Yeah.
So you're gonna try to fight?
I would like to attack again, if possible.
Okay. I'm gonna say since you're holding the stone, that you get 2 more attacks,
Okay.
and then bad things may start happening.
Oh no.
Because you've already used 2 inherent abilities,
Mhm.
and now you're trying to use stone energy to an inherent. It's a mixture of stuff. So go ahead and roll fight for me.
I don't know where I am.
You're in the doorway. You haven't moved.
Okay, I haven't moved.
There's so many 2s this time. There are so many 2s.
So I'm gonna go ahead and give you an adversity token.
Okay. I am, however, gonna, if I can, aim for the other chain so it can't move anymore.
I would normally say you probably have to call that before
Okay.
you attack, but I'll allow it since you rolled a 2. You throw the disc in the general direction of the chain tread to make it stop moving. Instead, due to your panic turn and throwing of the disc, it hits the excavator arm that you've hit before. It completely detaches it, but its momentum continues in your direction and just hits you and knocks you out of the air. You are on the ground, and the excavator thing just kind of clamped on top of you.
Oh no.
Yeah, so
Okay.
you're currently pinned to the ground. The excavator's now lost an arm.
Okay.
Frankie, I need you to roll grit for me. Oh, nice. As you're advancing towards the deserted town, it begins to gain more features. It's definitely Coyote Canyon, but way more cartoonishly Wild Western than you remember it. Except for some of the buildings that just look normal. And there's people walking around here too. Very confused people. That don't seem to understand what's happening. And right at the moment, you feel your mind kind of surging backwards, and your eyes open, and you're kind of laying on the ground with a bunch of goo around you that's all surging back towards the stone.
Can I move or stand or do anything?
Yeah, you can. You've got your turn back with that grit roll.
Oh, cool. What's going on around me? What am I waking up to? The current Kimberly being pinned. And...
Colt, you kind of open your eyes and you hear a large, heavy scraping and thud as Colt and Kimberly are now pinned underneath the giant, arm. You hear something behind you just kind of pass pretty close to you, as it sounds like it's circling back around. Penny, Clay, and Orion, what are you guys doing?
I'm gonna start trying to dodge everything. I want to check out the other side of the pillar to see if we can get out that way.
Okay. So you're starting to run around towards the...
Yeah, because I don't have anything with me, and I
Right.
can't help lift anything right now. So the only thing I can do is try to scout a way out.
Okay. So you start running in that direction. Orion and Penny, what are you doing?
I have a question. Really
Yeah. What's up, Penny?
Orion, do you just have a shard of the stone, or do you have both shards? And you just...
I we only had one before this, right?
Well, she's talking about the two halves.
The broken half. Do you have both halves?
Oh, I forgot
Or did
about
you get
that
lost?
actually. I think I do have both halves, so I must have just given her one.
Yep,
One part of it.
Okay,
you guys haven't
okay.
reunited those pieces.
How close am I to Frankie now? Like, am I there?
You are standing right next to Frankie now. That most of the goo is kind of gone back into the stone.
Okay. The goo has gone back into the stone.
Yeah, Frankie's just still coated in it, but it's slowly disappearing into the stone.
Okay. And we can see like the hand that has the stone now.
Yeah, it's think of it as a small cement block around the fist.
I'm gonna ask Jamie if you can dig here to find the treasure.
Okay. You ask Jamie that. Okay, so you see that the goo that's around Jamie is slowly seeping back towards the stone. So go ahead and roll charm, see if he'll listen to you.
Nope.
Ooh.
Uh, yeah.
He looks confused, like he's not entirely sure what you mean.
Okay.
If he tries to reach for it, can I scream at him instead?
At the moment, he's kind of just clinging to Penny, like confused.
Okay. Perfect.
He hasn't tried to reach for the stone yet. But Frankie, what would you like to do, seeing all this chaos going around?
Well, Clay's now dashing to the other side of the cave.
Yep.
I was also gonna.
Kimberly, is any part of Colt Kimberly exposed from underneath the excavator?
Yeah, Colt's legs.
Can I? How far am I from that?
Not too far away. I'd
Okay.
say like 5 feet.
Because we saw what like one of these shards did. So now let's see what 1.5 of these shards does. And I want to touch this to, I guess, Colt's kneecap.
Okay. The stone is in your palm, and you touch Colt with the stone. Kimberly, I need you to roll a bit.
Grit?
Yeah.
Hold on. Oh. If I get another stinking 2.
Hey, okay.
Oh, no, that's
That's a 5.
oh, it's not showing up on mine.
The 5. You're still trying to fight off the energy from the first one. Kimberly, you're trying to fight off this energy now that's surging from your leg for some reason. And then you feel a sense of calm. And the other stone that was kind of going crazy has kind of mellowed a little bit. And you're able to like focus a little more as you feel Colt like able to regain some control over the situation. Kimberly, we need to get out from under this. We don't know what's happening with the rest of them.
No joke. Is it possible to use the discs instead of throwing them? Like, just have them on hand and try to like cut through whatever's holding me down?
Yeah, you can definitely do that.
Okay, let's do that.
Okay. Go ahead and roll brawn to cut through this excavator hand. I don't know, shovel? I don't know. Okay. Frankie, you see the legs kind of turn around to a better position. And then you see a large gash beginning to form on the side of it as a disc is rotor cutting through the shovel piece.
There we go. Do I need to like keep this rock? Like again, did it like absorb into the suit or anything, or how?
You release it and it lets go of you. You're no longer like fighting against it, and it's stuck to the leg of the suit.
Okay, and then I want to kind of give the robot and the magic mascot, like kind of a wide berth, I want to maybe move back toward the like mouth of the cave or something.
Okay. Penny, Orion, are you guys doing the same, or are you doing something else?
Did Clay? Did you find an exit back there? Do we know?
I don't know. We haven't gotten to me yet.
I'm going back to the entrance then.
Okay. And Orion, what are you doing?
I was planning to help Kimberly as well.
Okay. So you're waiting until there's a piece that you can assist to remove or something like that?
We should have took her guns before we started all this.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about that. Yeah, I was planning on like just picking up a rock and jumping on the arm.
All right, we'll see how that turns out. Clay, you get to the other side of this tunnel, and it's not that deep. It's maybe like 10 feet in, and then there's a drop off.
Okay, so that's
with a staircase on the right that leads further down. Do you have a flashlight with you?
I don't. All I got is whatever light is still left from the main room.
The only like ambient light you see is the red beam of light that's coming from the giant like robot thing.
Yeah.
On the occasional flash that shines down in this direction, I need you to go ahead and roll brains to see if you see anything down here.
Oh hey.
Hey.
Like an exploded one.
That's good. Looking down in this, it looks like almost like a ravine. There's flashes from the red light that beams down here. With every subsequent flash, you get a slightly more detail into this tunnel. And on the sides of the tunnel are these strange like rock formations, almost like bumps along this massive deep ravine. You don't know how far it goes. The light only reaches so far. And then you see movement from one of these stone formations. A hand reaching out, almost like it senses life nearby. And within it, you realize now that the rhythmic thrumming is almost all around you. Like discordant, disconnected heartbeats from each of these individual pods. And as life has now gotten close to the pods, a few of them start to open, and a couple of these faceless, hollow creatures begin to emerge. On occasion, you see one with a single eye in its center, and at this point, there's like 2 or 3 that are starting to emerge, and their faceless heads are aimed in your direction. But looking into this ravine, there are hundreds of these creatures living down here.
At this point,
You turn and run.
at this point, the effort really is to get Kimberly out from under the thing, right?
Please help.
If you look back in that direction, most of your focus was on this horrific scene.
No, I know. I'm saying like, yeah. Like, if I look real quick, that's the effort. Pretty much everybody's like aware, awake, able to move.
Yes.
Okay. So I turn and do that kind of like speed walk thing where you don't want to get in trouble for running.
Yep.
And I just, as calmly as I can, I say, y'all, we have to get out of here.
And as Clay is coming back in your direction, Kimberly, you manage to bend out a piece of metal as the thing is starting to rotate back in your guys' direction. This weird circular pattern that he's trying to get closer to you guys on. Because you're kind of out of his range at the moment, as you've all kind of skidded further away from it. The robot's like slowly, and by every circle, gaining like an inch in your guys' direction. All the while, it's like engine is revving and roaring, and just like this anger that this inanimate object has gained. You manage to peel a piece, and with Orion's help, just kind of pulled it back and then get out of this shovel thing.
Okay. Everyone can run now, right?
Yes.
Okay, forget this thing. Let's go. Let's just run.
Let it fight the faceless things. Let's get out of here.
All right, so you guys all turn back towards the entrance that you had come from. Penny. You're kind of at the entryway with Frankie at this point. And you're looking back at everyone from the opposite side. Now that there's no pillar obscuring it, with each subsequent piece of light that flashes in that direction, you see those faceless things crawling out from the ravine in the back of the room. And there's like 3 or 4 of them that are starting to come in your direction.
I still have the kid, right?
Yeah, you have Jamie kind of on your shoulder.
Ooh. But I'm at the entrance.
Yeah.
I am going to run out of this part. When we came in, there were lanterns, right?
Yeah, they're off. It's
They're
pretty dark in here now that the light isn't focused down in this direction.
I have a flashlight still, I hope.
Oh, that's right.
I'm with her. Yeah.
Frankie, you're leading the way.
I'll illuminate whatever she needs illuminated.
Okay. No,
How-
I don't have anything to light. I'm just going to run towards the direction of the other cave that has the monorail, and supposedly has the monorail, and try my best not to scream at these things.
Okay. You, Frankie and Penny, you're beginning to run out. Clay, Orion, Kimberly, you guys following suit?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, question. How close are the faceless things to us?
You haven't noticed them. You're
Okay.
currently still focused on the giant machine that's trying to kill everyone.
Okay.
You're running out of power, by the way.
Okay. Well, okay. But if I...
How
If
close
and when
am
I do-
How close am I to Kimberly and Orion?
You're pretty clustered up at this point.
I've met up with them.
Yeah.
Because last time we met these things, that's when we did the consumption, and didn't it power him back up?
Yes, but you did have to
Okay.
expend a token to use consumption.
Okay.
Right,
All right.
But there's hundreds of these. We don't have the time.
Right. No, I didn't necessarily want to stay and fight, but if the time came as we were running,
We could hoover them up.
something. Yeah.
Yeah, because
So okay,
go on to-
So right now
I-
we're just running out, right?
yeah, I'm just like trying to grab these two and like let's go. And I'm leaving Kimberly to the end since she's still in cold.
Okay. And you're at the tail end of your power at this point. As you guys
Okay.
begin to rush out of like the perfectly cut divide in this entrance and make your way towards the monorail entrance that Frankie and Penny are leading the charge to. And with that, we're gonna go ahead and take a break for part 1. This is the end of part 1 of episode 4 of Coyote Canyon. We'll be right back with part 2.